As he had begun. Charles Slade, National 9 News.
Down into third and fourth position goes David Hillhead. Wow, that's one of the Jordans. This is what we feared at this corner, and that looks very nasty indeed. The Jordan goes flying.
This is attacked by Jean Alesi, without success.
Heeft hij nu problemen met Pedro Paolo Diniz? Diniz die gewoon de deur dicht zet op
Ecco, qui c'è il contatto in replay e guardate, pam, c'è un colpo molto secco tra Lamy appunto e Verstappen.
Here we go. Is there a contact there? Yep, there is. And just puts it sideways enough to stall it on him. Yeah, a little bit of understeer going through there, which really started it, and then he's fed on the power, the back's broken away, and away he goes. As you can see, he's on the brakes, those wheels are locked up, but still too much forward momentum, and he just goes in and kisses the wheel.
Som har snurrat olämpligt. Ja, där ska vi se, det var... Oj!
Very late on his brakes, squeezing Villeneuve across into the hapless Herbert.
Auf die Seite reißt. Zum Glück war das eine Stelle, wo genügend Platz da war.
Gedeelte bij de tweede chicane, daar vliegt hij door de lucht met de Tyrrell. En de Nederlander finisht deze wedstrijd dus.
That's Magnussen, I'm sorry, that's Magnussen, and Barrichello is in the pits then. And then Takagi behind them, look, who's had such a... And he then runs into the back, look, reverses into Ralph's car.
As they say in this part of the world, have a look at yesterday's practice. Alexander Wurz, Tony, a couple of hours ago. 11 and 12, watch it, says Martin. This is what happens when you don't.
He started the race, and that's the result. I think one of the pros, I think it was, just nudged the Jordan. And this is the accident. Look, I think he lost his rear wing because that's not a driving error. That's a rear wing falling off the BAR. Louis Goodman is with David Coulthard.
David, I guess reliability was always going to be an issue at this race.
Yeah, no, reliability was...
And that's tough. Oh, that's the reason why.
Hier kommt's.
Etwas übersteuern.
Paff. Rot für Abbruch, aber das ist wenige Sekunden vor Schluss.
Arrows is going, that is Marx, and he's losing it into the wall.
And I don't know what's going to happen here. It looks like, oh, and this is why Johnny's out of the race. Look, he was going, minding his own business, going around the outside.
Lack muss weg. Ui. Was ist da passiert? Warum fliegt er da raus?
Many times these days?
No, we don't. In fact, there it is there. Funnily enough, you know, the way they're built, these Formula 1 cars, look at that. I mean, that's a decent old roll. But they've got that car just about ready, Eddie. It's just amazing how...
Nachtleven te bespeuren. Een spin van Nick Heidfeld.
Gisteren ook al.
Come Jaguar's test driver, this is what happened.
But there was something wrong with that car. That wasn't Bertie's fault. Right. There was something wrong with that car when he went through turn 5. Just, it's a...
Bij de Jordan, dat wordt touché! Nee, Heinz-Harald Frenzen, niks je hand omhoog. Je gooit het gat in.
Nou, niet per was
Das ist jetzt ein klassischer Fall gewesen von auf den Streifen gekommen.
Ralf Schumacher geht in die Mitte und dann fliegt er über ihn rüber und reißt Barrichello ins Aus. Michael Schumacher kommt da mittig mit viel Glück durchs Trümmerfeld. Innen Trulli und Coulthard.
Auf mich wirkt es so, als ob richtiges Power Oversteer. Allerdings sieht das ein bisschen nach Problemen der Traktionskraft.
Achten Sie da hinten auf den Bildhintergrund. Ja,
der hat vorher nicht angeschlagen, also der Flügel war schon weg.
Right thing to do. Barrichello's going to repair backwards. That's in turn 5. He's lost it through turn 5. I would imagine his tyres were beginning to give up. And that is Furman going off in turn 5 as well, and crossing the debris of the broken Ferrari of Barrichello. So exactly the same place. I wonder if there's a little bit of oil down there, a bit of dirt.
Bill, it's bad for the engines, and I tell you what, that was a real moment for the Jordan crew.
That's too late, Chokes, too late. I couldn't do anything.
Coulthard just getting a bit leery, getting right up behind the back and knocking a little bit of bodywork off, a little bit of front wing possibly.
And that's Michael's fault. He tried to squeeze Heidfeld and forced him into an inevitable incident.
And off. It's very, very easily done, but he won't get any gold.
12, here it is from the other angle. Once you're on the grass out there, nothing much you can do. Momentum takes over and whack, inside wall, taken the wing end plate off and probably done
14th quickest, and that's what happened to Christian Albers.
When just before the red flag was out, yeah, he just dropped it on the way in and really should have given up on that lap, but yeah, that's the pressure of this qualifying system.
A couple of other cars, but let's just look at this incident.
It's Klein getting into Massa, who then runs into the back of Nico Rosberg in the Williams. Lots of debris. There was no damage, and here's contact as Trulli. What are we going to... Oh, he's lost it. Oh, nasty. Lost it badly under braking for... is that their turn 9 again? And he's going to have a second impact there. But just a bit of understay picked up mid-corner. Here we go. And there, it just kicks the car up in the air. And... you just can't believe the energy going on. It all looks so calm and under control, doesn't it? It's probably about 120 miles an hour on the exit there.
There's the Utsi crashing in the background. That's the reason why we are under the safety car for the 4th time here this afternoon in this extraordinarily eventful Australian Grand Prix. A comprehensively smashed up Toro Rosso there hitting the wall.
And now he loses another place, and it was Button then.
Well before the flag came out, as we watch a spin on screen here.
That's Barrichello. Here another benchmark sector as one of the Spiker cars. Back to the pits. Look at this. He ducks, obviously, instinctively, because that Coulthard car would just climbed over the top of him.
I'd love to know what DC was thinking as well.
Front brake. Yeah, I don't think that's Mark Webber's fault at all. There's a technical problem on the right front. And just the merest tag for the looks of it, and it's all going off behind. I think it's going to be just a slight tag with his left front wing on the... No, it's... In fact, I think he just dropped... He either got a push from behind or he just plain dropped it. Where Mark Webber is at the moment, and that's how his left rear got damaged. Just the merest touches. Normally the suspension is beefy enough to...
But a move on Coulthard's 10th place left the Red Bull in tatters. And brought the safety car out again.
There you go, exactly as you predicted. Off at turn 12, almost catches some air, does catch some air. And, well, he certainly have felt that.
So he hasn't really connected with the wall in any major way. It was the landing. You've got to remember, Bourdais. And there's the other incident then. There's the front wing and outside. And just behind that, there's the squeeze. Heidfeld, Mark Webber, who then hits Kovalainen, and Alonso, I think, was in there too.
in earlier and the car just sticks. This is Massa then, into the wall. He's got a huge amount to be sorry for right there, frankly. I think, of course, he made the error early on. And Kubica...
Alonso bremst spät und da fährt einfach der Webber hinten drauf. Der Webber hat sich...
Eine kleine Berührung und da geht Schumachers Hinterreifen flöten.
Ja.
Al-Ghazouari war es.
Schau mal mit dem Anlauf, das kann doch nie gehen. Was wollte er da? Mein lieber Mann.
And Jensen had it hooked up beautifully. And look at that, the Vettel made a tremendous start. Here's the contact at the back. That's Ricciardo and Senna.
Now we see a replay of Romain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado.
He gave him space.
Well, it was Daniel Ricciardo going off that allowed Massa to get past, and then Senna just got far too tangled up. Bit clumsy. And Maldonado loses the chance to give Williams their best points finish in a long time, and that was a hefty whack.
Oh, and he's dropped it coming out of turn 12, I think that is, David.
Yeah, it is, and didn't... Oh, wow. Spun him around there.
So, there it is. Oh, he's so lucky if he didn't hit the wall.
Under 10th, but he was right on the cusp as we watched what happened to Gutierrez. It's a hefty whack, isn't it?
So, and we got another car off in turn 5. It's Van der Garde. So,
quite encouraged about the season ahead. Obviously, he's made that. Oh, she broke him.
Let's have a look here. No,
he went and had his own accident. That's the kindest thing you can do to that nose, I think. It's so ugly. Over the line, and again, that's another car out of shape. Then.
Kevin Magnussen meg tudja tartani a negyedik pozíciót, Fernando Alonso már is támadja őt a Ferrarival.
Ja, het is moeilijk inschatten of dit een motorisch probleem is wat die crash veroorzaakt. Het lijkt me niet zomaar dat hij zich...
Räikkönen belassul, amiatt mert Vettel előtte van.
Ott hozzáér.
Egy pillanatra hozzáér Felipe Maldonadohoz. Maldonado nem saját hibából esik itt ki.
Nézzük még egyszer az esetet. Jó messziről vetődik be Sergio Perez, és itt megy neki Jenson Buttonnak.
Just on acceleration. It's exactly what we were talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little tap there.
He would have been okay, but he was so slow to actually get going.
Lewis Hamilton gets bogged down behind his teammate there.
Yeah, and it did touch his front wing. He's lost. It did. It is a key problem if you start trapping the drivers in there effectively.
As we see a replay of the incident, the stewards will be looking at this after the race. Martin Donnelly, by the way, the race steward, and he just overcooked it going into the slowest corner on the track. His teammate locked up. That's what happened.
Hard.
Miles an hour. Get the thoughts of Paul di Resta after we hear.
Magnussen, but there's a new regulation this year. 38.2, unless the driver is wholly or predominantly perceived to be
replacing Charlie Whiting, tragically passed away. We miss each other in the winter. We lose that telepathy. 17th fastest, and Lance Stroll out too.
We could see in front of him, that's where Raikkonen got ahead of Norris. Norris pretty sensible down into the...
He's...
brushed it.
Touched the wall as well. The front lot. Ooh, that is...
That's Sebastian Vettel.
Oh.
Now, Sebastian Vettel, who has had... They just can't believe it, Crofty. They can't believe that it's now both cars crashing at the time when you really... To get past again.
Yeah, so I think Stroll was beginning to move right to let the Alpha through. Grabbed a little bit of grass on the way in, gone in too deep on the brakes, off the curb. And that hurts when you... oh, how many...
Once you get in the grass... A bit of a passenger.
Yeah, it was gentle.
Yeah.
And then got stuck.
But time after time, we saw him do exactly this. Locking up, going into turn 3 in that final session. He's now... Well, Sainz nearly came together with Alonso. Leclerc turns in and Lance Stroll's... Now this is Alex Albon. And absolutely no chance there of avoiding that accident. Alpine. And he did try and back out of it. It was... Everything was happening at the restart there. We see cars skidding off into the gravel. Perez losing it, and that's the contact with the two Alpines. Otmar Safnauer.
He just thinks he hasn't got anyone on the right-hand side, but when you're going so much slower than the pack, you just have to think there's possibly going to be someone there.
Now, he was concerned about curbs and the fact that the car was a bit wider than certainly anyone would want to be.
Had to get on the brakes, he had oversteer, put him at wide, but as I say, the tethers keep the wheels in place, but at that point, it's the wheels that actually turned the car over.
Now watch here, slightly wide, bottoms out, and there, back on. When he comes off the gravel trap, that's where the car starts to
then floor it, to put some heat into his tyres, and this is not a day to be doing that.
Pont a kamerához esett be az Alpin.
The Alpine of Pierre Gasly. Oh dear. You said it, you called it, Martin.
It just touched the gravel, didn't it? Just loosened the car off.
I'll tell you what, Martin.
Ez pedig Lawson hibája, ugyanúgy szinte gyalogtempónál.